are starting our Sunset Beach tour, and right now you see Taco Bus, and which I think there's talk that they're closing. But down there, Sea Dogs, which is the old Captain Kosmokos. And you can see also the Sunrise Motel. And when we turn, we're going to get better views of both. Sea Dogs is always going to be remembered as Captain Kosmokos. Stay in this lane. Very 70s design, very amazing. Alan Sanzota, who lives down Harrell Avenue, condos, would have many a drink at the bar with Kaz, and he knew all of the people who went in there. Very interesting stories. It was a fascinating place indeed. We're at First Street and State Route 699, aka Gulf Boulevard. And Gulf turns into West Gulf Boulevard as we enter into Sunset Beach, which we are about to do. It's to the left here. To the right up there is Treasure Island. But we're going into Sunset Beach because it's going to be a historic tour of a historic place, loaded with all kinds of characters. At least it used to be. They were always drawn to it, like some are drawn to Key West. We're still waiting on this light here, and when it turns, we're going to make the tour. And recording. We're going to make the tour and do it. Alright, we got a green. We're going. Okay, a lot of new construction when you first enter. And here's the Lions Club, which actually it had for the longest time a 60s Fred Flintstone cool exterior that's totally. And here's Caddy's been a number of things over a number of years, and recently Caddy's is becoming a regional chain, so things are changing yet again. But we're approaching Brown Pelican on the beach right across from the casino, which we're going to see in a second. They ring the bell right there at that little beach at every sunset at the moment. The sun has dropped into the Gulf of Mexico, and here's a little dolphin mailbox, been there forever. But this is basically the main drag of Sunset Beach, and we're going to just try to stay focused on it, and it's actually really hard because of the winds, high winds. It's February 12th, 2023, Superbowl Sunday, and it's been pretty dark all day and extremely windy. The sun's come out a bit now this afternoon, but winds are still here, and a lot of sand's been washed up all the way up here to the sidewalks and road, and you can kind of feel it. The front window of the car has got a layer of grime like we've been driving the desert. Sunset Chateau, this thing's enormous. A lot of things have changed over the years. We've been told the golden age of Sunset Beach, especially for the characters, were 1978 to 98. This one looks nice. And approaching this area, there's a lot of beautiful palms and foliage here. Just gorgeous. Big mature palms and a lot of other nice stuff. These dark chalets are interesting. And of course there's public beach access here and there, so you too can walk down them. They're real thin in between some of these giant cottages. But here's the real big one at the Ring-billed Gull sign. One of the main ones, and I guess the main one is just up ahead. The big Treasure Island beach, and we're going to see like the new cottages on the left sunset as we turn around. Their new paint job, it definitely has a nice 1980 Polaroid film vibe, which is really cool. And this sea shack here, Volpe's, my favorite forever. It's loaded with all kinds of sea junk and driftwood treasure and beachcomb treasure. But mansions by the sea, love the architecture. They are enormous, but it's an example of something done right. It's right at the end here, great sign and all. Really do like these buildings. And here at the stop sign, we're at Bayshore Drive and 77th Avenue. We're going to go right here and go past mansions. There is actually a little bit beyond there that kind of tells the story. Move this so we get a better view here. And it does indeed house a lot of people. And they weren't here forever, but this has, I think it's done right. But here we are, Land's End, literally, that's what it's called, with actually a cool sign. Reminds me of something you'd see on Fantasy Island. ABC, 10 p.m., Saturday night. And this is really, I think, my favorite little public, it's a public boardwalk, but it's also a public park area. If you're going to do Sunset Beach all the way, you might as well go to the very end of it and go to this quiet, tiny little lot. It's just a treasure that this stuff exists. So, we're going to loop back the way we came, so we get a view of the front of the Katiki and that whole side by, Ship's Haven and all those. We're going to go left here on 77th Avenue. Looping back, and there's still little cottages here and there, and some of them are quite nice. Really beautiful architecture. Well kept, and you see sea grapes all over the place, of course. Local resident, the Queen of the Sea Grape, waiting for it down 88th Avenue, which we're going to pass. She's figured out how to harvest them properly and extract their essence, and she makes the most amazing sea grape extract that's useful for all manner of cocktails and libations, alcoholic and otherwise. But Volpe's, if I can go picking here, I can find all kinds of treasure all over the place. They got the signs, they got the vibe, and here's Cabana. And there's that, look out, that's Sunset. It's a Polaroid camera, cool, at 88th Avenue and Gulf. And, there's empty lots here and there. Beach sand blowing all over the place. And you see a lot of turquoise. It's all good. A lot of these places have changed names over the years. Blue Waters, that doesn't look like that name has been there all that long. At least that sign certainly hasn't. And all these side streets just go down to that end, and that's basically the whole and heart of Sunset Beach. And Harmony House here is just absolutely beautiful, well kept, and of course incredible signage on the front of it. It's legitimate. And you see little shacks over there. And then here at Bayshore and Gulf where they intersect, this is Harbor House North, probably one of the biggest public lodgings on Sunset Beach. I don't know how many rooms they have, but it's relatively many. For a week or two or four, this is you can stay, and I love these 3 stories here. They're just well done and they look cool. Very appropriate to the place. Sunset Cove over there. 85th Avenue. Yeah, and right before you get to the Katiki is a little alley, and it's one of the most magic alleys I know, leading toward Harrell Avenue, and there's that screen block right there that we know and appreciate, and that just says Florida. And there's a view of Harrell Avenue, which we're going to go down later, and as you can see, we're all operating on island time. This one's relatively newer. And here we are, world-famous Katiki. Sand everywhere, sand inside everything, except for the drinks. I don't know how they do that, but they do. We're going to go left here onto 90th Avenue, and then we're going to make then we're going to make a left onto Harrell Avenue, because we're going to loop by something very, very special. There's a view up ahead there on 88th, that's where Heidi's lives, and we go right here on 81st Avenue. One street over to the left was where Alan Sanzota had his cottage that he actually originally founded up on the beach down in St. Pete somewhere and had it moved. Here, which is fascinating. But, these streets are very, very, very thin, and when people park for caddies and for the Katiki, they park up the side streets, and sometimes it does cause trouble for the residents. We're going to swing forward here because we want to look at this giant Tridacna shell that they've always had down here, right at the edge. I buy that for $1. 90th Avenue, and the reason this is so important is because this is the site of the Callahan homestead. Vincent Callahan built this place, bought it for a song in the early 70s, built it with his bare hand. Concrete block, and this cottage has lasted forever. 50 years, 60 years. We want it to last really for much longer, so we do want to get it somehow preserved. There it is, the John Philip Sousa World Headquarters, and it looks like it's been painted a light blue, and they took everything off of it, which is terrifying and sad. So now we're going to just go to the right, and we're going to just conclude our tour. We're going to go straight down Harrell Avenue. And again, this is kind of a nice little walk where if you're staying at the cottages, you just get on down to go to the bars and the beach. What's the difference? It's all the same. But up ahead, on 94th and Harrell, is the cat lady of Treasure Island. She's the current character. And her fenced-in property is home to all kinds of fuzzy, cute, incredible cats. We just managed to turn this off to stop to pet. And this tiki guy is fascinating to me because he's not the big buck-teethed Wayne Combs-style Florida tiki, which I personally cannot admire, but he's original and interesting. We're going to just go left here, or right here, and pull into Taco Bus. As we turn, we're going to get a good view of the old Captain Kosmokos, and this concludes our historic tour of Sunset Beach as it exists here in February 2023.